Greetings from our channel again. Jessi Colter is a name that represents love, devotion, and tenacity in addition to country music. Behind the outlaw country movement's glittering exterior is a tale of highs and lows entwined with sacrifice, passion, and unwavering resolve. Being the sole female member of the Wanted, the Outlaws, the first platinum-certified country music album in history, Jessi was much more than just a symbol of the outlaw movement or Waylon Jennings' shadow. She was an independent musician whose skill and personality defied all conventional country music conventions. In addition to timeless songs like I'm Not Lisa, Jessi Colter's life is remembered for her unwavering battles and silent sacrifices. From a little child playing the piano in an Arizona church, Jessi overcame all obstacles to become one of the greatest symbols of love in music. What actually took place in the life of Jessi Colter? Now, how is she living? Do you still care about and remember the things that shaped her identity? If the answer is yes, then watch today's video as we embark on an emotional journey to reveal Jessi Colter's true feelings. Born Miriam Johnson on May 25, 1943, in Phoenix, Arizona, Jessi Colter was raised in a household that exemplified a special fusion of passion and discipline. Her mother, a preacher, served as a ray of hope and fortitude, while her father, a mining engineer, provided strength and reason. Because of her upbringing, Jessi developed a strong work ethic and an unwavering love for the arts. Jessi grew up surrounded by music and religion. Her daughter was greatly motivated by her mother, a TB survivor whose recovery was credited to her unshakable religious conviction. When Jessi was 5 years old, she started playing the piano and singing passionate gospel songs at the revival tent gatherings her mother hosted. Her mother thought Jessi was destined to be a musician, but instead of forcing her to follow her dream, she took a back seat and let her gift develop organically. Jessi Colter had a restless and inquisitive personality despite growing up in a conservative household. She was unable to resist the stage's seduction as a teenager. At the age of 15, Jessi made the audacious decision to start performing at local bars by slipping out of her house. This was the beginning of her musical adventure. She first experienced the delight of using music to engage an audience on these little venues. Jessi Colter was more than just a religious youngster with a talent for music. She was notable for her independence and unwavering determination to overcome obstacles. Despite having found her love for music at a young age, Jessi Colter's path to making it her career was not straightforward. Jessi soon became well known for her skill and unique flair after breaking into clubs in Phoenix to perform late at night. She started a new chapter in her life at the age of 16 when she joined famous rock guitarist Duane Eddy as a backing vocalist. In addition to making an impression on stage, Jessi won Eddy over with her wild charm and alluring demeanor, ultimately becoming her first husband by marrying him. After moving to Los Angeles and getting married to Duane Eddy in 1962, Jessi started establishing her career as a professional musician under the name Miriam Eddy. Here, she not only made a name for herself as a singer but also as a gifted songwriter, writing songs for well-known musicians like Nancy Sinatra, Dottie West, and Don Gibson. Jessi longed to be a self-employed entertainer. Jessi published her first 2 singles with Eddy's help, but neither one had any commercial success. Because of this setback, Jessi had to temporarily put her singing career on hold in order to assist her husband while he was on tour. But her Los Angeles years weren't just a series of setbacks. It turned into a time of introspection and an opportunity to hone her musical style. Jessi and Eddy's marriage was failing by the late 1960s. In 1968, after their divorce, Jessi went back to Phoenix to find herself. Everything appeared to be against her at the moment, yet a glimmer of light emerged from the shadows. She got to know Waylon Jennings, a budding country music artist who was making a name for himself in the new outlaw country trend. Jennings saw Jessi's special talent right on and turned into her most important life and musical partner. Inspired by her renowned Wild West train robber ancestor Jessi Colter, Jessi formally changed her stage name to Jessi Colter and signed a contract with RCA Records with Jennings' help. Jennings and Chet Atkins co-produced her debut album, A Country Star Is Born, which was released in 1970. Even though the album wasn't a monetary success, it was a significant turning point in Jessi's career and set the stage for her subsequent successes. Jessi not only released her own songs but also worked with Jennings on a number of duets, including Suspicious Minds. 1970, in addition to assisting Jessi in becoming a self-sufficient artist, these early achievements cemented her in Jennings' position as a dominant force in the country music industry. Despite the highs and lows of her early career, Jessi Colter's perseverance and resolve were strengthened by these difficulties. As a church pianist and a performer on bigger stages, Jessi was set to become even more well-known in the years to come. With outstanding accomplishments, Jessi Colter solidified her place in country music following a difficult beginning. I'm Not Lisa, her career-defining smash, was released in 1975 after she signed with Capitol Records. The song rose to the top of the charts very rapidly. It became a cultural phenomenon and peaked at number 4 on the Hot 100 pop chart and number 1 on the Billboard country chart. It wasn't merely a hit. It was a poignant story about loneliness, sorrow, and love. Its passionate tune and straightforward yet profound words seem to be reciting a sad memory of the singer's own. In addition to its chart success, I'm Not Lisa gained notoriety for its capacity to move listeners, particularly those who had gone through heartbreak. The song's significance as a musical classic was cemented by its genuine passion and relatability, which enabled it to transcend the borders between pop and country music. I'm Jessi Colter, Jessi's CD released that year, further solidified her talent. The album shot straight to the top of the charts. Due to its exceptional sales, it was certified gold and peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Country Albums chart and number 1 on the Cashbox Top Country Albums chart. Songs like You Ain't Never Been Loved and What's Happened to Blue Eyes were treasured for Jessi's storytelling skills as well as their catchy tunes. Instead of merely singing, she expressed her deepest feelings, giving each song the impression of an intimate letter letting listeners inside her world, which is tense with the conflict between happiness and sadness, aspiration and heartbreak. Wanted, The Outlaws, the first country album ever certified platinum, was released in 1976, further solidifying Jessi's reputation. Instead of disappearing into the background, Jessi stood out as the only woman to be included alongside legendary players Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and Tom Paul Glaser. Suspicious Minds, her duet with Jennings, was a flawless fusion of Jennings's audacious, rebellious flair with her gentle, expressive voice. It was more than just music. It was an intensely real, complicated, and passionate slice of love. With albums like Jessi, 1976, Diamond, 1976, and The Gold Certified Leather and Lace, 1981, which she co-wrote with Waylon Jennings, Jessi's career continued to flourish. Hits like The Wild Side of Life and Storms Never Last were featured on Leather and Lace. Storms Never Last is proof of Jessi's fortitude and sensitive nature. It was more than just a song, it was a message to Jennings and to herself that as long as faith and hope survive, life's storms will eventually pass. In addition to her commercial success, Jessi was praised by critics and was nominated for Grammys and CMAs for I'm Not Lisa, which further cemented her position as a major player in the music business. Her distinctive musical approach, which combined the rebellious spirit of the outlaw country movement with the tenderness of gospel, broke stereotypes and established her as one of the genre's first female pioneers. But Jessi's triumph went beyond accolades and chart positions. She became a true icon due to her emotional connection, her genuine songs, and her motivational life narrative. Jessi demonstrated that she was more than simply a member of the outlaw country trend with songs like Wanted, The Outlaws, and the gentle tunes of I'm Not Lisa. Its essence was her. Jessi Colter's personal life is a tale of highs and lows, characterized by love, sacrifice, and resiliency, if her career is a brilliant symphony. Behind the scenes was a resilient Jessi who always put her loved ones and family first, even if it meant putting her career on hold. Waylon Jennings was at the lowest point of his life when she first met him in 1969. Jennings freely acknowledged that he was saved by Jessi. Jessi was the finest thing that ever happened to me, even though I was 138 pounds and vowed to destroy myself. In addition to adding brightness to his life, she served as his rock and lifted him out of a dark place. They were married in October 1969 after a brief but intense courtship. But their partnership involved more than simply happy times, it also involved overcoming obstacles like addiction, ill health, and illiteracy. And the constant demands of the music business. Jessi's work continued to flourish throughout the early years of their marriage. However, she bravely chose to leave her work to care for Jennings in the early 1980s. These were some of Jessi's most difficult years. Jennings struggled with cocaine addiction, and his health suffered greatly as a result of his careless lifestyle. Jessi became their family's rock. In addition to managing their finances, offering him emotional support, and helping him navigate innumerable problems, she showed him unshakable affection. It took a long and difficult time to help Jennings kick his addiction, but Jessi never gave up. Her devotion and perseverance helped Jennings overcome his addiction in 1984, a turning point that not only changed his life but also deepened their relationship. Jessi made more sacrifices than that. She had to put her own profession on hold during this time, forfeiting important opportunities to fully focus on her family. In addition to love, Jessi and Jennings' relationship involved artistic cooperation. In addition to becoming commercial successes, duets like Suspicious Minds and Storms Never Last also demonstrated their deep bond. There was more to these tunes than just melody. They shared tales of their shared struggles and love. Their love was far from ideal, though. The strains of addiction and the harsh reality of life in the entertainment industry nearly led to the couple's divorce in the early 1980s. They decided to stay together rather than leave, demonstrating that love is about more than simply romantic moments, it's also about forgiveness, sacrifice, and working together to overcome hardship. Waylon Shooter Jennings, Jessi and Jennings' only son, was born in 1979 and would go on to continue his parents' musical heritage. Jessi put a lot of effort into juggling her career and taking care of her family as a mother. In addition to teaching Shooter to love music, she also taught him the importance of making sacrifices. Jessi also experienced the greatest loss of her life, but instead of crumbling under the weight of her loss, she decided to keep on living and making art. She was able to get through those trying times because of her unshakable faith in God. In her autobiography, An Outlaw and a Lady, Jessi talked of her romance with Jennings and how her faith served as the firm groundwork that kept her going. Silent sacrifices and unwavering love. In addition to being a gifted artist, she is a strong lady who has always put her family first. Waylon Jennings' death in 2002 left Jessi Colter with an indelible hole in her life after years of devoted family time and caring for him. But rather than give in to sadness, Jessi made the decision to get back up and resume his musical career. Not to regain her past fame but rather to establish a deeper and more authentic connection with her audience. For Jessi, music served as a healing salve for her soul scars in addition to being a means of expression. With the publication of her album Out of the Ashes in 2006, Jessi made her first appearance in more than 2 decades. As a testimony to an artist who has yet to rise from the ashes, the album's title boldly declared her rebirth. The album, which included very intimate songs based on life's struggles and victories, was well received by critics. Her experiences were reflected in Jessi's voice, which was no longer young but had a deep, reflective quality. As Jessi shared her path of acceptance and resiliency, each song seemed like a confession, expressing suffering but also filled with hope. Jessi continued after that. She adapted her favorite passages from the Book of Psalms to melody in her original musical project, The Psalms, which was released in 2017. Her strong religious beliefs, which had guided her since she was a young child, were mirrored in this album, which also served as a reminder that her music always spoke to the soul and inner values. An Outlaw and a Lady, her candid memoir detailing her life, love, and faith, was published in the same year. That aided her in overcoming obstacles in life. In addition to detailing her intense but turbulent relationship with Jennings, the memoir provided a deep understanding of her hardships, weak points, and the inner fortitude that kept her going. Beyond classics like I'm Not Lisa and Suspicious Minds, Jessi Colter left a lasting impact. She changed how women were viewed in country music. As the sole female artist on the historic record Wanted, Jessi demonstrated to the Outlaws that she was not merely a symbolic person but rather a self-sufficient, gifted person who wasn't scared to push limits. Her life, her pleasures, her sorrows, and her unshakable resolve were all reflected in every note and phrase she sung. The Outlaw Country movement was forever changed by Jessi. Not only as its spirit but also as a pioneer who cleared the path for upcoming female artists to boldly stand out in a male-dominated field. Even though the splendor of her heyday may fade with time, audiences and music enthusiasts still find value in Jessi's contributions. She is a representation of determination and an ever-evolving soul. In addition to recordings and accolades, her impact is measured by her capacity to move listeners and serve as a constant reminder that authentic music has enduring power. There was more to Jessi Colter's comeback than just her musical career. It served as a reminder of her value. She carved her name into the hearts of people who value her craft and the emotional journey she bravely revealed, leaving a legacy that goes beyond the boundaries of country music. Jessi Colter is still a shining example of musical genius and the tenacity of a spirit that never stops learning at the age of 80. Even if she doesn't perform as frequently as she did in previous decades, Jessi still finds love and comfort in music, which has been a lifeline for her all along the way. Her current priorities are faith, family, and tranquility, yet she continues to motivate people with her stories and lifestyle. Following the release of her memoir, An Outlaw and a Lady, and the Psalms album in 2017, Jessi progressively reduced her public profile in order to spend more time with her family and herself. She currently lives in Arizona, where she was raised, surrounded by memories of her past and the warmth of the sun. In addition to finding peace in this peaceful setting, Jessi also feels more connected to the spiritual principles that influenced her early years. Jessi's faith continues to play a crucial role in her life, enabling her to face the difficulties of aging with dignity and fortitude. Shooter Jennings, Jessi's son, carries on the family's musical heritage, and the two remain close. In addition to being a well-known country music performer, Shooter frequently credits his mother as a key source of inspiration. Fans can sense Shooter's profound respect for the woman who made so many sacrifices and made such a huge contribution to their family and the music profession whenever he performs or talks about Jessi in interviews. The music industry still respects and admires Jessi, despite the fact that she no longer regularly releases albums or performs. Jessi is seen as a role model by many younger musicians, especially women in country music. Her talent, strength, and genuineness continue to inspire, demonstrating that genuine principles endure forever. The demands of achievement and celebrity no longer weigh on Jessi Colter, who is in her twilight years. Rather, she treasures the small pleasures in life, family chats, peaceful piano sessions, and sincere emails from admirers who continue to remember and appreciate her music. Her current existence is a lovely fusion of the past and the present, of everything she has gone through and everything she still wants to talk about. One cannot not but appreciate Jessi Colter's courage and perseverance when considering her journey from a young girl playing piano in a church to a symbol of the outlaw country movement, from a loyal wife to an independent, pioneering musician. Despite its simplicity, Jessi's present life exudes the elegance of a woman who has dedicated her life to her art, her love, and her family. Many things may change with age and time, but her music and her sincere love will never go out of style. In keeping with her core beliefs, Jessi Colter lives her life as she always has. Even in the calm of her current existence, Jessi continues to inspire those who have loved her. Her tale serves as a reminder that no matter how difficult life gets, we can overcome it as long as we have faith and love. The greatest storms will ultimately pass, leaving behind the light of hope and calm, as Jessi once sang in Storms Never Last. How do you feel about the inspirational journey of Jessi Colter? What impression has she made on you, either through her immortal songs or the poignant account of her life? Leave a comment below with your opinions. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and click the like button. To learn more about the tales of the legends you respect, like and subscribe. Let's ensure that music fans everywhere continue to honor Jessi Colter's legacy. I'll see you in the upcoming video.